Hey y'all, join me today as I show you how to make pull-apart bread. This bread is buttery, it's cheesy, and it's a recipe you'll want to make over and over again. So to make the pull-apart bread, you're going to want a nice, sturdy loaf of bread. I recommend French bread or sourdough bread. Now for this first step, you're going to want a good knife, either a bread knife or we've used just a regular steak knife, but a bread knife is going to be your best friend when it comes to slicing your bread. So you're going to slice your bread in one direction from one end to the other. And what you're going to want to make sure you do is don't cut all the way down to the bottom, because you're going to want to have a base for this pull-apart bread. So again, cut from one end to the other, and then you're going to turn your bread and you're going to slice it again. And so basically you're making little cubed pieces that you're going to be able to pull after your bread bakes. Now it's time to slice up some cheese. So the cheese you use is totally your preference. We are going to use a mixture of cheeses. On one side of the bread, we're going to try Colby Jack, and on the other side, we're going to use mozzarella. Now when slicing your cheese, make sure you slice it into thin strips, because your cheese is going to get wedged in between the cubes of bread that you just cut. So we're using about a half a block of the mozzarella cheese as well as the Colby Jack cheese. Now this next step is best if you have 4 hands working together, but if not, 2 hands will do. So what you're going to do now is take the slices of cheese and you're going to put them in the cracks of the bread. So at this stage, the pull-apart bread doesn't really look that pretty, but after it cooks and the cheese melts, y'all, this is going to be a beautiful loaf of bread as well as delicious. So now that all the cheese has been added to our pull-apart bread, we're going to place it on a foiled sheet pan. And now we're going to drizzle some melted butter all over the top. And we're actually using a lower calorie butter because we're trying to cut calories where we can, but feel free to use the full fat butter. And so we're using about 4 tablespoons. And again, we're just going to drizzle it all over the top. And that melted butter is going to seep in through the cracks and make the most delicious bread you've ever put in your mouth. So after you've added your butter, you're going to sprinkle the top with salt and pepper, as well as some poppy seeds. Now the poppy seeds are optional, but what I like about the poppy seeds is that it gives it a little bit of texture. After your seasonings have been added, you're going to add 1 green onion to the top. after you've added your onions, you're going to take the bottom piece of tin foil and you're going to kind of scrunch it around the bread loaf, kind of do it loosely. And then you're going to take another piece of tin foil and you're going to loosely cover the top of the bread. You don't want the tin foil to touch the bread because if you do, then the cheese is likely to stick to it and then come off when you pull off the tin foil. So after you've loosely covered your bread with tin foil, you're going to stick it into a preheated 350-degree oven for 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes, you're going to pull the top tin foil off and you're going to stick it back into the oven for an additional 10 minutes. All right, y'all, so our bread is done, and y'all, does it smell delicious and look delicious? Just rewatching this video is making me hungry for more. So between me, my husband, and my daughter, this is what was left. It was devoured in no time. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you give pull-apart bread a try, and feel free to be creative. You could do so many cool things with this bread. All right, y'all. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.